Good evening, friends. With the help of these kinds of animated stories, I'm just practicing. Today I'll share another interesting story. Without further delay, let's start. In the village named Clapham, there used to live a girl named Roma. Roma was so beautiful. Guys in her college were crazy about Roma. So that's why Roma always feels proud on her beauty. One day Roma says to her mother, Mother, give me some money for something important. Then mother says to Roma, Why do you need so much money? Then Roma says to Mother, there is an event in my college. So that's why I want to buy some new clothes. So mother says to Roma, last month you have bought so many clothes and makeup items, and now you again want to buy new clothes. Then then Roma says to Mother, give me money. Don't make don't make excuses. Mother gives money to Roma and says to Roma, don't forget to don't forget to save your money. Then Roma says to Mother, okay, mother, I am going. I am not a small kid. She went to the market and she brought some dresses, and with the help of rest of the money, she brought some makeup items. She returned home and explained everything to her mother. Then mother says to Roma, what, Roma? If you will keep doing like this, then we will become bankrupt soon. Stop doing this. Think about your father. Then, then Roma says to mother, what, mother? Don't you know how beautiful your daughter is? Guys in guys in my college are crazy about me. So just chill, mom. And she went into her room, and Roma's mother named Julie. She became very sad, and that time Julie's husband returned from work, and he saw that Julie was very sad. Then he asked to Julie, "Why are you so tense?" Then Julie says to her husband, "You know, our daughter, our daughter is irresponsible. She forget all the manners, and she she became irresponsible. What should we do now?" And she was very sad. Then Julie's husband says to Julie, "You know, my friend's son named Richard, he is well settled. We should marry our we should marry our daughter with Richard. After the marriage, she will definitely learn all the manners and etiquettes." And then Julie says to her husband, "Okay, we will talk about this tomorrow. Let's go for sleep. I will I will tell this to Roma tomorrow." And they they went to sleep. And next day, Julie says to Roma, guy guy Richard guy Richard is coming to meet you. So get ready. And Roma got ready. And and after that, Guy Richard Guy Richard Guy Richard come with come with his family, and they sat on the hall, and they started chattering. After the conversation, and after some time, Roma comes with her mother because Roma was so beautiful. So Richard liked her immediately and marriage date fixed, and after some time they got married, and Roma started living laws in her laws. One day Roma's mother-in-law says to Roma, go and prepared go and make tea for all us. Then Roma says to mother-in-law, I don't know how to make tea. I don't know how to make tea. Then mother-in-law says to Roma, what are you talking about, Roma? Even no, even you don't know how to make tea, and what about food? Then Roma says to mother-in-law, I don't know. I don't know how to cook food. I have just got married and I don't want to do anything. Mother-in-law says to Roma, what are you talking about, Roma? You should start learning little by little. After after some time, you will have to do all the household chores. Then Roma says to mother-in-law, what are you talking about, What are you talking about, mother? I have just got married. I don't want to do anything. If you want, then you do. Otherwise, leave it. And now I am going to meet my friends. Mother-in-law says to Roma, today, today you stay at home because some guests are coming to meet you. Then Roma says to mother-in-law, I have promised to my friends, so I can't break my promise. So that's why I am going to meet my friends. She went into her room and got ready and comes comes out on the hall wearing short dresses. Then mother-in-law says to Roma, what are you wearing, daughter-in-law? Do you have any shame or not? Did you forget all the etiquettes and manner? If you can't wear sari, then at least you wear salwar suit. Then Roma says to mother-in-law, I'll always wear these kinds of dresses. Do you have any objection? Now I am going to meet my friends. Then mother-in-law says to Roma, come back soon. Then Roma says to mother-in-law, oh no, my mother-in-law is keep rejecting me, and she left. Then mother-in-law named Shelly says to her husband, you listen everything and you don't say anything to Roma. Then her husband says to Shelly, let it be Shelly. Learn she will learn everything after some time. Let it be. And give me tea. She brings tea and that's how lots of time passed. One day Roma's few friends come to meet Roma and says to Roma, hi Roma, how are you? Is this your maid servant? They said maid servant to Roma's mother-in-law. Then Roma says to then mother-in-law says to then Roma says to her friends, hi friends, this is my mother-in-law. And and they sat on the hall and started chattering. And after listening all of this, Richard says to Roma, your friends, your friends said maid servant to my mother. Even then, you don't say anything to your friends. Don't forget what your status is. Then and Roma Roma got very angry. Richard left. Then Roma's friends says to Roma, we are going. It's getting late. No one insulted like this. No one insulted before. So we are going. Then Roma says to her friends, "Don't go, don't go, don't, don't take, don't take his words personally." Then Roma's friends left. Roma got very angry. She called, she called in police station and says to Inspector, can you come my home? I have a larger complaint. Then, then Inspector says to, then Inspector, then Inspector asked to Roma, what happened? What kind of complaint you want to do? Then Roma says to Inspector, my my mother-in-law and my husband are don't know how to talk with people. They behaving rudely with me. So can you come and make them to understand? Then police, the inspector says to Roma, okay, we are coming. And she, whenever she disconnect, whenever she disconnect the phone, then she noticed that her mother-in-law is standing behind Roma, and she listened all the conversation. And then she says to Roma, why, why, why did you, why had you called to the police station? Then Roma says to mother-in-law, you are behaving rudely with me, so that's why I have called. Now suffer. And she goes into her room, and here Roma's mother-in-law called and tells everything to her son. And immediately his son returned home. And after some time, police inspector came and says to Richard, why all are you behaving rudely with your wife? Then Richard says to Inspector, there is nothing of that kind, Inspector. Then Roma says to Inspector, listen, Inspector, can you please make them to understand that how to talk with people? Then inspector told lots of things to Sadie and Richard, and inspector left. And here Roma and all of them goes all of them go into their room, and none of them talk to each other. And next day Roma Roma goes into her home, and Sally tells everything to Roma's mother on over the phone call. Then whenever Roma reached her home, then Julie says to Roma, why did you come, Roma? And why did you do this? Why did you do this? Did you forget all the etiquettes and manner? Now you can't come my home, and go back your home. If we will say you something, then you will put you will put you will put in the jail us too. Now return your home. Then Roma feels very sad, and returned returned in her toys. Then mother-in-law says to Roma, why did you return, Roma? Why did you come back, Roma? Then Roma says to mother-in-law, please forgive me, mother, please forgive me. Whatever I have done was absolutely wrong. Please forgive me. Then Sally says to Roma, okay, I'll only forgive you. I'll forgive you only then if my son will forgive you. She, she goes near to her husband and asked for forgiveness and started crying. Then Richard hugs Roma and forgive. And now Roma, Roma learned all the etiquettes and manner and started respecting elders and others, and she started doing household chores. Now she now transformed into a well cultured daughter-in-law. So friends, this was the story which I shared. I'll meet you into the next video. Till then, bye bye.